Hello guys, welcome to the 11th lecture of a Gemini Code Assist course, and in this video we'll talk about the Gemini Code extension inside the VS Code. Okay, so we have already installed the Gemini Code Assist extension in the VS Code editor. We can also do it in JetBrains IDE or Android Studio, whichever you want to use. And in this video, we're going to talk about some important features that it has. We have been very briefly discussed about what Gemini Code Assist extension does. In this video, I'll talk about the features that it has: new chat, send feedback, resume previous chat, chat input box, and context tools, and very specifically the agent mode, which allows us to do the macro level tasks that we have been doing using terminal using the Gemini Code Assist CLI, right? So we have discussed that for micro level tasks, we generally use extension, and for macro level tasks, we generally do the terminal stuff. But with the agent mode in the extension, we can also do the macro level tasks as well. What I'm trying to say, let's go and see quickly through a demo. So this is my VS Code. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to open a new folder in my desktop or anywhere you can use, just create a folder. I'm going to create a to-do app here. So I'm going to just click on this and then click open. Okay, then yes, I trust the authors. Let me close this. And this is my Gemini Code Assist extension. Okay, so let it load it for a moment. Okay, so now it has loaded and it is kind of showing hello Anuj and how can Gemini help. If it is not showing for you, you can just click the signing here and then you can just sign in either by email or whatever works for you. That is fine. The important thing here, we are going to talk about these features that this Code Assist extension opens up for us. This is basically a feedback kind of a button. So you can click here and send Gemini, the team of the Gemini, some feedback about this extension. That is fine. Here is the plus button for a new chat. We are already in new chat, so that's why this button is disabled. This button is basically, there could be multiple chats. Okay, so let me explain you with the diagram. What does this mean? Is that in the Gemini Code Assist extension, you can have multiple chats kind of feature. So basically one chat is C1, one chat is C2, one chat is C3, one chat is C4, right? In the C1, basically you were building something like, let's say, auth feature. Okay. In the C2 chat, basically you were building, let's say, CRUD APIs for expenses. Okay. You were doing some CRUD operations in another chat window in the same, but another chat window for expenses. So basically this is like storing the entire context for the expenses. Okay. This chat is kind of storing the entire extent for context for auth. So this is how you can think about like different chat windows and storing the context for that particular feature that we are building in the project. Okay, so this is something we can have here. Like you can, for example, let me, what if I have also here, another important thing is this is the agent mode, right? So this agent mode is basically help us in doing the macro level tasks. For example, creating the project, setting up the project, writing a feature that spans across multiple files and all. So let's just say that, hey Gemini, please set up a Flask based application where I should be able to add a task, delete a task, read task, and update a task, right? And then a task has these attributes, right? So let's say ID, title, description, start date, end date, and status. And status can be like, let's say to do, completed, in progress, and we can also say done, right? So this is a basic to do application. And now the agent is here. You can say you can disable this agent or you can enable this agent. If I enable this, then basically it is, I'm instructing the extension to do macro level task for me. So this is this task basically does multiple things, right? Set up a Flask based application, write multiple files, and create your model, and then also CRUD APIs around the task, right? So let me press enter here and let's see what Gemini does for us. So see, inside the application only, it's doing a lot of things for us. Okay, I'll set a Flask based to do application. I'll create the necessary files and folders, app.py requirements of txt and templates, Then I'll write the Python code for the Flask application, implementing routes to handle adding, deleting, reading, and updating tasks. Next, I'll create HTML template to display the task and provide a user interface for interaction. Finally, I'll provide instructions on how to install the dependencies and run the application. I'll now create the requirements.txt file. So I'll say, fine, let's do this. And can we have the requirements file is created. Now I'll create a main application file app.py. So we'll say yes. And here you can see that these files are being created. So this is really good, right? We didn't have anything here. This was empty initially. It wants to create a template file. We'll say yes, run this command. So now the agent has kind of all those things that we did with the terminal, right? So now you can do all these things from here only. The reason I showed this before is because I wanted to tell you like that this CLI is kind of has all that was an agent, right? That has all the features that we are now doing it with this agent inside the extension. And then we'll say accept, create the HTML file for me, fine. And run, install these packages as well that are there in the requirements.txt. I'll say run. And Flask is running. I finished the plan. Now I'll tell the user how to access the app and warn them about the in-memory database. Time for the final response. Let's see what it does for us. And basically with just one prompt, we have been able to do the setup, creating the app.py file, the packages that it needs to install, and then finally the templates as well, right? So if I go here, you can see all those files have been created right here. Okay, so finally is the app running. Flask is running. I have finished the plan. Now I'll tell the user how to access the app and warn them about the in-memory database. So it's thinking, or is it? Okay, so please run the app. I've started the application. You can access it at this port. Let's see what we have. Okay, so it's saying that the app is running at this URL. So let me quickly copy this and let's go here, paste it and enter. And this is the to-do app. See, all the things have been created for us in just one command on the extension that we have provided. So this agent mode can be really good for you. You can add task, and let's try to add a task. Let's say create new course on cursor. Cursor for beginners. I'll start this course on 22nd of September and I'll try to finish this course by 29th of September. Status will do to do, that is fine, and add task, and this task is created here. And let's say tomorrow I might get a notification from my app that hey, you have to start the task. So what I'll do, I'll go to edit and I'll change the status to in progress and save the changes, and the status is changed. So this is how you can build a complete application from the Gemini extension itself using the agent mode. So this was a very interesting thing. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start another chat. Okay. So in this chat, I'm going to just say that, let's say, allow user to authenticate via username and password to see the tasks that the user has. Okay, so this is, I've just opened another chat window to start working on this task. And what I can do is I can maybe, let it do its work. That's fine. But what I want to show here is, let's just go through this prompt first. Okay, so let's accept it. It's doing a lot of things. It's fine. We'll not bother about that. I wanted to show you something about this one, right? Different chats and all. Accept. Okay, so looks like all the changes have been done. Let's now go back and wow, we have a complete authentication system as well. So if I log in using, let's say, CTO Bhaiya, some random password, let's try login, invalid username and password. Let's go to register here and then I'll say CTO Bhaiya. Let's add a password. ABCD1234. That's a very secure password. Let's register it. So registration is successful. Please log in. So if I do log in, so CTO Bhaiya, and let's add a wrong password first. So test123. Let's do login and invalid username password. Fine. Then now again we'll do CTO Bhaiya and ABCD1234. Let's do login now, and we have been successfully logged in. So let's save our password. We also have a logout button as well, so that is also good, right? So we'll create one more task, cursor for beginners course, and description will just keep as same as the title. Start date 22nd, end date 29, status to do. We'll add a task. Now let's go to logout and let's register as a different user. So we'll do CTO Bhaiya 2. Password, let's keep a different password, or same, maybe one ABCD1234. So this is a different user, right? And we're registering as this one. Now if I log in now, ABCD2, and let's log in. And this guy doesn't have any task. So this is also being handled at the user level, that user has what task and all, right? This is good. So let's do logout. And now let's log in with our previous user. And this guy has the task. So basically this is like a complete full stack application based on which user is signed in and how many tasks he has created and status of all those tasks. So this is like a complete full stack application directly from the terminal, from the extension itself. So this was very interesting, and what we can do is in the next video I'll talk about doing a lot of things. Like, actually we can do it in this video only. The things that I want to talk about is, like, for example, let's say I copy this one, right? And what I can do, I can use this Gemini Smart Action menu to, hey, tell me, explain the code for this, right? So explain this. So Gemini will kind of start doing, or agent will take this code in and try to explain me this code. So before, let the agent do the work for us, and let's see what explanation it comes up with. Okay, so I tried the agent mode to explain me the code for this, and it was taking a lot of time. So what I did is I actually started a new chat, and without the agent mode, I asked Gemini to explain me the code for this, and it was able to generate it much faster. Maybe you can try it with the agent mode as well, like how well the explanation is, but this explanation looks good to me. Like whatever is explaining here, you can read about that code part if you want to go depth about understanding like what the code has been, what code Gemini has generated for me. So this is one thing. The other thing is, for example, we can generate code using comments as well. So for example, create a route for adding notes in a task by a user. So what I can do, I can just copy this task, right? Copy this comment, and maybe I can go to a new chat, enable my agent mode, and then I say, hey, generate code for this. So this is also something very interesting that Gemini can do for us. Actually, here also it's giving us a lot of information. So if I just press tab, and all the code has been generated for us. So this is also very interesting, right? And yeah, so using a comment to kind of generate the code for me, and the ghost text kind of a code is generated right in front of me. Okay guys, so that is it for this video, and this was about Gemini Code Assist extension in the VS Code, and we have used agent mode to build a complete full stack task-based application using the Flask framework. Okay, so I'll stop here and we'll meet soon with another video. Bye.